Justice Goblin in the creepy Briar lair. Oh, like when every time Seth Rollins like pinned him in the Hell in a Cell, and he would kick out, and he just laid there like oh my god, he's such a monster. And this is so creepy, like him with the lights and stuff like that when they made the ring red. Oh, jeez, that was such a nice touch. Anyways, my favorite tag team, obviously from the olden days, back in the 80s when I watched it, I like the Rock and Roll Express. I like the Midnight Express. Jim Cornette. But I would have to either give it to the Hart Foundation, or, because Bret Hart and Neidhart were just amazing workers, or the British Bulldogs. I mean, when Davey Boy Smith came off the thing with a flying headbutt, which basically ruined his life, it was just, they were with the Matilda, the whole 9 yards, they were over. But my favorite modern one, and I love the Vikings and some of the monster heel teams, because there's a lot of monster heel teams right now, tag teams right now. That seems to be the big thing right now in tag team wrestling. The Battle of the Monsters. But my favorite is the Major Brothers. Zack Ryder. I'm a mark. And Curt Hawkins, who I will always call either Kurt or say Curt Hennig, because when I think Kurt, the first Kurt that comes to my mind is always going to be Hennig. It's just how I grew up, and it's how my mind thinks. And Curt Hawkins is kind of like the lesser, because I think I don't want to get into the money specifics, but I think there's an economic thing going on between the two of them. Anyways, Curt Hawkins is a cheapskate. But he always buys something for Mackenzie. And I love that about him. Zack Ryder will buy anything that he can get his hands on that he wants. Where Kurt, he buys some stuff. And he has the same passion for toys. And he's fun to do his unboxings, actually. I guess I just love the toy passion they show. And, there's one character on their thing. But anyways, my favorite tag team is the Major Brothers. I love the fact that they won the tag team titles for Raw. Or the SmackDown. Or the both. Anyways, they just got their asses kicked by the Monster Vikings. That was so unceremonious. Poor Zach doing the job. Anyways. Oh, I hate seeing him job. He should always win. There's one character on his channel that I haven't talked about. Is his fiance is we don't. Kurt doesn't really share his family life, and I understand that. Obviously he does talk about his daughter because he absolutely adores the girl, and he would do anything for his daughter. So it's his pride kind of thing, but he kind of keeps that separate. Where Zack Ryder doesn't have kids, and that's why he can. And that's the other reason there is an economic thing going on, in that Curt Hawkins has a family with kids, and kids cost money. He can't spend as much, and he's got to think about college and all the other things that a dad has to think about. Where Zack Ryder, he doesn't have kids. But he has a fiance, and she appears on the show. She is a terrible actor, because the real her. And she tries to come across as that, I don't approve of your hobby, you're spending all my money, and I'm a gold digger, blah, 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 but she's not. She doesn't care. Because, it makes him money. And also, it keeps him happy. He's not gonna, every collector, every geeky male collector out there, they want a mate that lets them either join them in their hobby, which is not healthy, or allows them to have their hobby. And they won't let you go to save their lives because you allow them to be them. And so it just comes across as fake. But it makes for a funny character because she has to be that way to make it funny, because she has to be kind of, because why he has this beautiful woman? Because he does oversex her too a little bit. I mean, the whole pool thing that he did. But, I mean, she's brilliant as a foil for his obsession with buying too much. And she might, because, my ex-wife put limits on me too when I got a little out of control with my collecting. I'm sure she has limits. And she's like, you can buy this or you can buy that. And he actually probably calls her. But I don't know. Because, I have to wonder if their YouTube channel is sanctioned by the WWE. Huh, interesting. Because it definitely drew me back into wrestling, because I love Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder can get himself over on the internet every day of the week. Oh my god, the internet champion! Or this is my career and this is the WWE. And then he wakes up and tells the truth. Oh, that was like a dream. I had a nightmare. It started so raw with him. Like, I don't even know how to edit, but I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure this out. He's so over. Oh my god. I'm a big mark for him. And I love his channel, and I love his toy collecting obsessions, and who knows? Who knows what's going on? Because they drag in other wrestlers and stuff like that too. I mean, I saw the one where they gave the referee a referee figurine, and they drag other superstars with them because their passion kind of rubs off. Because, honestly, you have to love the wrestling business to be in the wrestling business. You have to have a heart for it. And that doesn't start until you're a child. That's developed in childhood. You can develop a heart, I guess, later in life, but your heart in wrestling developed in my childhood, and it developed in their childhoods with the wrestling figurines and all that stuff. You can just see the heart that those guys give. It's a heart that, and you can see it in Jim Cornette too. The heart. And there's a saying, heart is a big deal of wrestling. You have to love wrestling. I'm not embarrassed to be in a public place watching wrestling. Did it last night, watching SmackDown. And so, yeah. I totally lost my topic. Oh, my favorite tag team. Unspooling that deep thought, or playing that character that I play so well. Or am I simply doing what every wrestler does? Turn themselves up to 10. But, yeah. Interesting. Major Brothers, because they're just over with me. I mean, Kurt Hawkins with the whole Mackenzie thing, and it's just Zack Ryder. He can wrestle too, and he's got a good body. But they just, yeah. Anyways, so that's my favorite tag team, the Major Brothers.